We've talked about bullying on this show several different times, and now there's a new case of bullying. There's a gay high school student in Ohio who was attacked by one of his classmates. We actually have a local news report from Channel 6 WSYK, or YX, I'm sorry. Let's watch that, and then we'll discuss this a little more.
The boy stood there and waited on him, and waited on him, and waited on him. And then as soon as he walks in the door, the boy hits him. Zach walks away. What did I do? Why are you doing this? And he keeps walking away. Then he turns around, tries to defend himself, and he tries to get away again. And the boy grabs a hold of him and just knocks the holy living crap out of him.
Rebecca Collins is walking us through cell phone video that was posted to Facebook. It was posted of another student ambushing her son in the classroom.
It turns my stomach.
She says this was a hate crime.
It's my son. I don't care. And they did it just because he's a homosexual.
Like never ending, and just I was waiting for somebody. I like covered myself, I shielded my body, and he just kept hitting me and nobody did anything.
We have chosen not to reveal her son's identity, but he says this is not the first attack for his sexual orientation. He says the same student commented on a picture of his on Facebook 2 days earlier.
He said, check out the definition of a fag.
Collins says her son has a possible concussion and a chipped tooth.
Yeah, it's gross to look at. And, you know, first of all, that kid has a massive, massive insecurity. I'm talking about the bully.
Yeah, the bully. Lucas and I were talking about that earlier, and maybe it's his way of projecting, you know, and why do you go out of your way to be so hurtful towards someone else who's not even bothering you? By the way, so 2 days ago, they mentioned in that report, the bully had written something on the Facebook page. I'm going to read you guys what he wrote on the Facebook page, and, you know, it's horrible. He says, check out the definition of faggot, okay? He wrote that on the Facebook page.
Referring to the kid.
Referring to the kid, and then 2 days later, he beat him up. Now...
No, can I just say, no one hates someone else that much, especially someone that hasn't done anything to him. You only hate yourself that much. You see what I'm saying? I do see what you're saying. I totally understand. At the same time, that boy got a 3-day suspension. That was it. That's crazy. No, here's look, we have this debate about whether or not there should be legislation. And you know what? More and more I'm becoming more and more supportive of legislation, anti-bullying legislation, because this is BS, okay? There's video footage of that guy socking that gay student again and again, right? It's so violent and it's so horrible. There's proof of this bullying that goes on in that classroom. And that's what the administrators do? A 3-day suspension? Really? Yeah, look, I don't think we need anti-bullying legislation. We've discussed this in the past because I'm afraid of how far it'll go and will it affect speech, etc. Now, having said that, you don't need it here. Look, any sensible administrator, I mean, we've seen them expel kids for such tiny infractions.
For accidentally bringing a plastic knife to school to cut their sandwich.
Right, like a Tweety knife or whatever it was, the bottle opener, and you're expelled. What happened to zero tolerance? This is like 1,000,000% tolerance. If you don't get expelled for this, and this isn't just a regular fight at school, hey, you know, kids exchange words and then they wrestle to the ground. No, this is an ambush. And one guy just absolutely viciously pummeling another one. If you don't get expelled for this, what do you get expelled for? I mean, what a horrible message to send out. So I don't think you need any further legislation. You just need a principle that has 2 bits of sense to them. And by the way, the other thing is, look, I was really lucky growing up. I had a lot of confidence, and I was a strong kid. I was relatively large, not tall, but like large, you know. And so, and okay, keeping it real, right? And I didn't have any fear, right? But as I sit there, as I see that kid pummeling the defenseless kid, I'm thinking nobody else is jumping in. I mean, I'd have tackled that guy. I mean, whatever, right? But I mean, look, and I get it. As he's throwing those punches, it looks vicious, right? And I don't want you to take it the wrong way. I'm not trying to blame the kids that were in the room because it's not their responsibility. But at the same time, man, we all got to look out for each other. That's what I'm saying. Don't let them do that to somebody. You know, and there's like 10 of you in there, 20 of you in there. Nobody has to be a hero. But you got to stop that, man.
At least pull them away from the victim.
Just give it a shot.